Hello my friends and welcome, my name is Dennis and this is the latest update from Ukraine. Here we have some news, photos and videos. It is confirmed that Russian helicopter Mi-24, or it looks like Mi-35, was shot down near to Zaporizhia. Well, not near to the city itself, but in Zaporizhia Oblast. And we'll have some of the video, I'll show it to you later. Here we go with a demonstration video of the self-propelled artillery system, 155mm M109. We have 22 of those delivered to Ukraine by Norway and 20 more will be delivered by UK. Well, my friends, thanks a lot for your kind support of the Ukrainian army. This gun is really big. France is sending us more of those self-propelled artillery systems, Caesars, that will be delivered by the Antonov Airlines, as you can see, flying probably from France to Poland, and after that those systems will be delivered to Ukraine by trains or any other means. Coca-Cola company stopped their production line in Russia and going out from the market. No more Fanta, no more Sprite, no more cola, no more juices produced by Coca-Cola brand. The more sanctions to Russia from private companies, the better it is for Ukraine. Estonia continued to build the border with Russia and they built the defense line. Actually, I would say they will not stop tanks probably, but as for soldiers, it's a obstacle. It's great obstacle, my friends. So we also need something like that for Ukraine-Russia border, but the fact that our border is more than 2,000 kilometers long, actually it's quite tricky for us. That is why Russia was able to get to Ukraine so fast, and Estonia is doing a very smart move because having those neighbors, it's kind of difficult. This is the photo of the Kerch Bridge, and just look at this massive construction, my friends. So you may say to me that Ukraine should remove that, but we don't have enough tools to do it. Simply we are out of it. We don't have strategic bombers or something. Just look at the train there. It's tiny little compared to this bridge. Look at those columns. You need lots of good tools to eliminate that construction, my friends, and it's the main target for Ukraine, obviously, but we cannot just do it now. Today it was a great day for Ukrainian diplomacy. As you know, this morning the leaders of France, Germany, Romania and Italy arrived to the capital city of Kiev. Firstly, they went to Irpin, or they were sent to Irpin to see the devastation that Russia caused, and after that the rhetorics of Macron and Scholz changed a little bit. It seems for me that they understood the reality of the situation here in Ukraine, and after what they saw in Irpin, it's very stupid to say that we need to save the face of the Russian leader. Clearly, it wasn't the mistake, as Macron used to say before. It is a war crime. It should be investigated, and those who did it should be punished very strictly. Yes, as I said to you, United Kingdom will give us 20 more of M109s, fantastic artillery systems. Awesome. And this is the video I was talking to you about. The Russian helicopter got the rocket Stinger or Perun. Perun, by the way, is the Poland-made rocket. Sorry, once I told that it's Ukrainian-made, but no, it's Poland-made, my friends. So here we go. The helicopter Mi-24 or Mi-35 just crushed. This photo was filmed just yesterday on a drone, and you can see the Kherson city straight ahead. It means that Ukrainian army is really close to the city. Here we can see the city, and I think it's like 10 kilometers away. Probably the camera has the zoom, so I anticipate that it should be around 20 kilometers. From the information we have from our sources, from our general command, the Russia used already 333,000 Russian troops, Russian soldiers in the war, for the war in Ukraine. Imagine this number. Of course, there were some of the losses, some of the rotations, some of the recruitment of the newcomers, but they have severe losses, my friends, and they need to announce the massive mobilization, as Ukraine did, to try to win this war. Without it, they will lose it. Mark Milley, the General Commander of the United States, on a press conference said about the situation here in Ukraine. He said from the beginning of the war in Ukraine, Russia lost around 20 up to 30% of their armed forces. Those are significant losses, he said, and he said also that Ukraine armed forces are better in artillery fight, even though they have less artillery systems, but they're more precise and they use it very professionally. Here are some photos. Zelensky and European leaders, those 1, 2, 3, would like to have good relations with Putin, would like to have everything settled with no big war, and they insisted on the peace talks, and that is why it was very smart move from Ukrainian side, the proposal to visit Irpin first. Irpin is a city near to the Kiev, close to Bucha, that was also devastated by Russian troops. Zelensky is, I think, winning this diplomatic war, and they have no other choice than to supply more ammunition and weapons to Ukraine to make Ukraine win this conflict. Well, Romania supports us a lot. So to be honest with you, my friends, we have the major support, of course, from United States, from UK, Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, Poland, Romania, of course, and Slovakia. So those countries are very close allies to Ukraine, and there are some countries like Germany and France. I mean, not the population of those countries. People support us a lot, but Scholz, Macron, I think they represent the old-style bureaucratic Europe that do not want to change, and they do not realize that now we live in different reality. Russia will not stop here in Ukraine. They will extend their forces. They will take even Germany. No problems with that for Russia. They will accumulate the forces and go on, go on, go on. They will take more lands, and those guys, they are willing to give everything just to make their space very secured and comfortable. And I'm really surprised about Georgia also, my friends. Georgia participated the war with Russia back in 2008. Actually, it lost the war with Russia, and now they have pro-Russian government there. Normal people there do not support Russia, but somehow they have this government that doesn't want to introduce the sanctions to Russia, and yeah, they lost. Basically, they lost in Georgia. We don't want to see it here in Ukraine, and that is why we have many of the Georgian volunteers who fight for Ukraine here. They joined their legion, they joined the Ukrainian army, and that is why we also have some volunteers from European countries. The main thing, my friends, that you, as citizens of Germany, France, and Italy, and any other country, you are supporting Ukraine, you are supporting the freedom, you are supporting the democracy. The politicians are the other things. The main thing, my friends, is our community, the people community. Slovakia is sending to Ukraine 4 helicopters of Mi-17 like those, and 2 Mi-2s. Mi-2 is kind of old, cringy, but it flies. I know one helicopter pilot who flies Mi-2, and he said this is awesome, especially for training and small short flights, for goods transportation, for people transportation. Of course, Mi-17 is much better, but at least we'll have some helis here. I haven't seen this video in my life, my friends. This is the R-18 hexacopter or octocopter, I think. So it flies with ammunition somewhere, and it was filmed by other drone using the thermal camera. Probably it was filmed during the nighttime, obviously. And you see there are some armored vehicles, and they're just throwing the special grenade that can penetrate the tank armor from above. From above there is the thickest, not the thickest, but the thinnest armor on the tank. As you can see, it is devastated. It was, and from other direction, this is from R-18, and this is from other drone, and this is from the other one. Well, quite unique footage, isn't it? Lithuania, here again. Lithuania handed over to Ukraine 20 M113s armored personnel carriers. Those are United States made, and thank you so much for your help. Yes, and just look at those guys, my friends. Look at their faces. Then they saw what happened in Irpin. Then they saw the houses that were devastated. Different picture, isn't it, politicians? This fire takes place in Russia on one of the biggest gas storages they have, and you cannot simply take it out using water cannons. There was a case in Central Asia back in USSR times. Then Soviets had to use the nuclear underground explosion to get rid of the fire like that. The fire continued for many years before it was eliminated. Kind of funny, during the conference on the open air, there was the fighter jet flying somewhere, Ukrainian fighter jet, and just look at the faces of Western politicians. Rocket? Fighter jet? I don't care. Yeah, of course they were a little bit concerned, and Zelensky knew that it was our fighter jet, obviously. We have the information from Bloomberg that this week on Friday the European Commission will recommend European Union to take the candidate status for Ukraine to join the EU. The final decision, however, lies to all of the 27 member states, and they have different opinions on the topics. And I think if we'll lose join the European Union, we should join the alliance with the UK, Baltic states and Poland. The British Defense Minister Ben Wallace said that Russia has 20 more times artillery systems than Ukraine. Imagine this ratio. Some of the memes continue. Macron, you betrayed me. Oh, funny stuff coming from this meeting. Today, President Macron said that they will continue with artillery supplies, but they will not supply fighter jets or tanks. They just afraid of this conflict being escalated to European Union. All right, Zelensky is not the LGBT activist or something. He has the wife and kids, whatever, but the photo is kind of interesting. Here is one more photo taken in Irpin. Just look at the face of Macron. Yeah, so about the thoughts about what Russian peace can bring to European Union as well, and what it brought to Ukraine. The Bellingcat stated today that there is a Mole spy who gave the information to the United States about the Russian invasion of Ukraine before the invasion started. And the level of that spy is higher than Lavrov's, who is the Minister of the Foreign Affairs. That's great. And here you see the occupied territory of Ukraine compared to other countries. So you see 20% of the France, Germany, I don't know how many percent, it's in the beginning, Italy, Serbia, more than Serbia actually, Turkey also around 20%, maybe a little bit less, more than Lithuania, more than Latvia and Estonia, vast part of the Poland, yeah, 35% of the Germany, 20% of France, 1.5 Serbias, 2 Latvias. So just imagine the vast lands of Ukraine that were occupied, and Ukraine itself, it's a large country. The size is even larger compared to France. It's a little bit bigger than France. There are 3 main directions of the Russian attack on the eastern part of Ukraine, and they have 2 major goals. One of them is to take the Severodonetsk and Lysychansk. They are very close to it, and also they want to take Slavyansk and Kramatorsk. They will not have it, my friends. I have 99% guarantee that they will be unsuccessful with that goal, but still we have 1% that I could be wrong. My friends, I'll move it for you to see. So we have attack. They were able to get the Svetogorsk. They were able to cross the river over here. Hopefully you can see it. Severodonetsk and Lysychansk, well, Lysychansk more or less okay, but Severodonetsk, of course, it's under the second attempt for Russians to take the city, and they are moving to the north from Popasna to take the control over this road. And of course the situation in Irsk and Zolote is quite bad for the Ukrainian army, but nevertheless we are waiting for the ammunition supply, for the weapons supply from our Western allies. And my friends, I'm sure that we're gonna win this war. Russia already lost, as we know, 30% of their army. Lost completely, and they may use just old-fashioned weapons that were just stored from the Soviet Union times, and of course with the help of our Western allies, with new weapons, more precise weapons, we're gonna fight Russians hard, my friends. I'm sure about it, and I expect it to be in August this year or maybe September. Then the Ukrainian army will go on counterattack against the Russians. I think the first point for that will be in Kherson. My friends, thank you very much for watching my videos, and now please press the like, and if you want to support this channel, you may go to the video description. There I put some of the links how you can do it. I wish you a peaceful sky wherever you are. Have a great time.